Hello and welcome to my Monday message. One big idea shared in around about 3 minutes. And this week we're continuing our short series about leadership and management by actually determining the difference between leadership and management. Stephen Covey said it really nicely when he said that management is about efficiency in climbing the ladder of success, whilst leadership is about making sure that the ladder is leaning against the right wall, which speaks to the fact that leadership is something to do with vision and direction, whereas management is about efficiency and control and making sure that things are going in the right direction and in the right way. I often liken it to the difference between art and craft because the great artist sees things that other people don't see and then shares that vision with them to inspire them, motivate them and move them. Whereas the great craftsperson is somebody who does things in the right way to make sure they're truly accurate, that they are delivered in a way that actually is efficient and actually maximizes effect. So there's a lovely synergy between the two when you get it right. And actually, when the two things are not aligned together, there can be a little bit of dysfunction in there as well. So let's imagine our 2x2 grid. Our vertical axis is leadership competency and our horizontal axis is management competency. If you find yourself in that bottom left-hand box, you don't have influence, you don't have power, you don't have authority because you've got neither management competency nor do you have leadership competency. If you aspire to move out of that box, then you're going to have to develop yourself in some of these other areas. Over on the bottom right-hand side, you've got somebody who's very good at management, but is not so inspiring. They don't have that leadership competency, which means down in that bottom right-hand corner, you've got technocrats. You've got people who are very, very good at making sure the trains run on time, but they're not going to inspire anybody. The minute that people don't have to follow you, they won't follow you. Meanwhile, up on the top left-hand side, you've got people who are really inspiring. They're great leaders, but they're not great managers, which means that whilst people will initially follow you and they will be inspired by you, maybe they even want to run through walls for you, because you don't follow process, because you don't have those, I suppose, the more managerial competency sets, basically you don't do things consistently, you don't do things predictably, which means that whilst you might be very inspiring, people eventually lose trust in you because they find what you do to be somewhat ambiguous and inconsistent. And that can be very frustrating for somebody who really sees things that other people don't see, but then they just can't quite keep people coming on the journey with them. Up in the top right hand box is obviously where we all need to get to if we want to lead and inspire people and do it in a consistent way that actually delivers the best possible results, because there you've got that perfect confluence of inspiring leadership and management competencies, because that is the ultimate goal, to be a really good manager and a really good leader. And don't think of management as a dirty word. Actually, far from it. It is something that really can make sure that your leadership lands consistently, replicably and scalably. Hope that is a useful idea, and thank you as always for helping me to build this channel by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next week.